Today for me, I found that pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie, but we're still going to go ahead and jump into it. So here we go. We'll skip on morning period since I wasn't able to get there on time for morning period. So P period, y'all. I'll be honest. Same thing I've said in my videos before. This time, I just feel kind of lonely. No, volleyball is absolutely great. I love to play the game. Right? Even though I still haven't been like a good volleyball player yet, it's great. But I feel like y'all is that I decided to stop playing it. But I feel like I'm all alone when no one's like really there. So I honestly just walk around because I know I love volleyball. But then again, I want like a friend group to talk to. Like I want people who are genuinely willing to understand me on my type of frequency. But honestly, I looked around and I didn't really think so. You guys know in my last videos I've tried to do it too. I have interacted with a few groups, but to be honest, like no one was there willing to match my frequency there at all. So I just walked around, I guess. Nothing really much. I just kind of fell asleep during the period, but I just kind of feel sad, kind of depressed because volleyball is great, but not many people are like in the mindset in that they want to talk to like people like me, like new people. Now later on, up until these moments, it was pretty major. So I was scared for a little bit, because I was going to approach and go inside somewhere where I've never went before. This fear like built up, y'all, as the classes went on. Like classes, they acted as a little bit of a comfort zone, but they acted as a little bit of a comfort zone before the thing that I was actually going to do. I was going to do is like enter the cafeteria, and lunch period, y'all, was that when I felt kind of afraid. You guys know I have not explored certain places before, and then I was kind of scared into going into the cafeteria. So for me, it was something that was all built up. So like a friend watching, credits to you for looking everywhere and trying to find me, and I did find you. So yeah, big credits to you guys. Real ones for that. And I don't know, not many people are willing to risk embarrassment for that, but yeah, definitely thank you. But back to me, the realization is, I broke that fear while I was under pressure. Cafeteria was definitely loud. There's a lot of people, but it was not as large as I expected it to be. And I expected there to be like stairs. But thing is, yeah, it was just people doing their own thing. I mean, if someone was gonna waste some G on a stair, I'd get more than just a stair, to be honest. But yeah, not scared of the cafeteria anymore, so I broke that fear. But up until this point, y'all, I was just focusing barely on the outside. But now the cafeteria, y'all, for me, it's another option if I want to explore new friend groups again. Connects back to my thing, y'all, is that social time is still extremely fast. Like, the minute I was there, y'all, like, time just went very, very fast. Like, as if you're near a neutron star or a black hole in size. Like, time went instantly fast. So, I wasn't able to, like, stop the moment to like savor the moment for us. It just passed like that. So went so fast, and then next period eventually came out. So I need decompression time sometimes in the library also. That's why I do it. At least for me, I found it pretty interesting. So again, great fear broken. One of these fears that I've had for a long time. Yeah, well, it's broken. We have new friend groups, so we can visit down there if we want to. So yes. In my next period, yeah, we finished the book that we were reading. It was called Patron Saints of Nothing. I'll make a whole new video about that later on. Too much to include in this video now. But math period, yeah, it's where I felt kind of odd again. Those same boys that I criticized yesterday, they ended up using like dangerous labels once again. So I told them like I find math interesting, and I even dared to say that I love math, quote unquote. I don't really love or hate math, but for me, they said that quote unquote math R words your brain, bro. Why, quote unquote? And I don't use big words like that, yo. Like I know for cosmic effect you might use that, but like don't use like words like that. Again, good thing I am not in the friend group. If you don't say it to boys, you don't say it to girls, you don't say it to anyone. Yeah, definitely good thing I am not in the group again. So then again, at this point, y'all, I just feel kind of sad now because I just realized that this is like very sudden. Like my math teacher, y'all, he's a chill teacher. He isn't taking like this given period anymore for the class. Like that means we as a class, y'all, we're gonna get transferred out to a different math teacher. Like the period that he is serving right now, where he was at, the administrators, I believe, for some scheduling conflicts or whatever they wanted, they don't want him taking that class anymore. So for our period, y'all will have to move somewhere else. And I feel kind of sad though, is that as much as people didn't like him, as much as he was a complex teacher, and as much as he skimmed out through most of the math notebook, he was a DIY teacher. He was a do-it-yourself teacher. Like meaning half of the time he explains the topic like this is how you're supposed to do it, this is what you're supposed to do. Then the rest of the time it's your time. But the thing is, why I find and kind of like miss the teacher is because I need that rest of the time, like that rest 30 minutes of the period. I need that to finish up work. I need that to finish up other things. I need that time to decompress. Then I'll finish up the math homework then. But the thing is, I feel kind of sad because the teacher won't be here next semester. I might not have those 30 minutes next semester. So, like, so many things are beginning to finally change around me. But then again, I just feel, it's not going to be permanent. I thought we are going to have this all year. So, yeah, not much I could really do about that, though. I just feel kind of sad. Then again, at the end, I spent like 10 minutes talking to one of this Filipino girls. She was chill, but she had very much an expressive personality. She was essentially like the opposite of me. Like, this was all the way after school. Thing is, though, the biggest contrast that I see between her and me is that even though she's an extrovert, I'm an introvert, she lives under a household where there's a lot of strictness. I find it interesting now is that she doesn't have access to social media. She doesn't have access to people who trust her online. But for me, I'm the contrast in that I get to make videos like these and post these things. I get to play games whenever I wish. I get to do things whenever I want with some limitations. But like when you contrast that to her, it's like other people my age are like a lot of these people got like. Then if that question goes to me, then what should I be doing with this week? If they got strict parents, then what should I be doing with this week? And what should I be doing as a person? So that's definitely that question to me. Is that contrast that kind of makes me question things a little bit. But I mean, that conversation went pretty chill, mostly superficial and great. But I still got to break that fear of hesitancy, y'all. But other than that, all in all, I think for this year, y'all, this storyline is bringing us to something interesting. Like all in all, an ending that is interesting once we reach it, but it's the things that we meet along the way. At least that's what I think about it. All of these changes, even though they are definitely random, they're beginning to converge right along this week. So, social time in my cafeteria flew right over my head. absolutely flew out of my head. That just went super, super fast. And I feel like, yo, all the things I've done this year, from talking to girls, talking to boys, and visiting mixed friend groups, and visiting like a thousand different other friend groups, even in this mission to find a permanent community, especially when it comes to talking to that homeless man about what he thinks about life, going up to that firefighter and wishing them like in all of this mission to find a permanent friend group, and all this mission to be who I am. We encountered so many of these interesting events. That's basically what I could say. Think of it like this: I feel like I'm growing up like 1 year in like 4 months, right? Not like 5 years, but like a single year. Like 4 months is compressed that much, like neutrons under extreme density. Usually, a storyline like this would take around like a few years to eventually unfold. Like you get a clean storyline, but this one's just going like really rapid. Like the intrinsic nature of, I guess, like high school. Yeah, stuff changes pretty fast sometimes, but I also feel like I'm some sort of emotional graduate, like not an actual school graduate, but like one as in within all of this journey, yo, like I let go of the fear of being seen trying. I let go of the fear of being seen as awkward, being seen as disappointing. I just started to be myself, to be honest, and I can approach people without fear, although I might still be picky with who I choose. I might miss half of this year, to be honest. Sure, chat, no permanent friend group. We still are below the social poverty line, but I think some of these skills are foundational to what I will become and maybe what I will one day occupy as a person. So, this part of 2025, we're finally stepping ourselves out. We're finally stepping out of our comfort zones. And maybe I am being overly sentimental as an emotional graduate. Like, sure, I can approach people and I don't have that fear anymore. Maybe people had to fear those fears before me. Maybe this is something that is, to someone else, is something that's random. But maybe this is something that's foundational to whatever we'll do in the future, or whatever randomness or the universe will entrust us with one day with these skills that we have now. This is part of 2025, y'all. See you again. This is all I'm gonna say here. These fears that are broken, new people that we met, they cannot be unmet, they cannot be unbroken. Something's gonna come out of it.